Welcome to Charlie Jane Speakers Radio. This is the show where we share speaking tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your public speaking business. Our goal at Charlie Jane is to get you, the speaker, on the platform in front of thousands of people so that you can teach and motivate your audience, enriching and empowering them to lead fulfilling lives. And now, here's your host, Wendy McNeil.
Hi there, it's Wendy McNeil here with Charlie Jane Speakers, coming to you today with another podcast. And today's podcast is a little different. I had a guest on our Live Bold and Bloom Women's Speaker Club. She was absolutely amazing. I loved her talk, and I thought, you know what, I am going to share this one with our podcast listeners because I think you guys are going to love her. Her name is Britta, and she's going to talk about creating an irresistible brand by mastering your on-stage magnetism. She's going to talk about how to speak so people will listen, how to write and structure a talk that inspires conversations, connections, and change, and how to use your speaker's personality to express your brilliance unapologetically. It's going to be a great podcast. You guys are absolutely going to love this. And I am going to switch gears, and I'm going to put this audio on in just a second here. And, okay, we are at the time where we open up the club again for the Live Bold and Bloom women. So if there's any new women out there that, maybe you have an idea like in your head that, I want to get on stage. I want to speak. I want to help others. I have a message that can change lives, but I don't know how to start my speaking business. I don't know how to grow my speaking business. Then the Live Bold and Bloom Club is for you. It is for speakers, women speakers that maybe you're in your first year and you're just like, you don't know where to go. You're going in circles, or you're trying to start at A and skip all the way to C, and you're missing those really important pieces in the middle and you need help. This club is for you. Or, maybe you've been a speaker for, 5-10 years. And you're just stuck, right? You're stuck. You're not moving. You have no momentum. You've lost your focus. You don't even know if you're doing the right thing anymore or reaching the right people anymore. And it's just become stale. This club is for you. Or maybe you're a speaker from many years ago and you kind of went a different path for a while and you want to get back into speaking and you just need a little refresher on how to get your business going forward. This club is for you. So, all you women out there, if you are listening to this today, we do open the doors May 12th through the 17th. We are open for 6 days only. And we open up a few times a year, but this next cart opening is May 12th through the 17th. So if you want to hop in and join all our other lovely ladies that are learning to grow their speaking business, now is the time to join us. I will leave the link in the show notes if you want to hop over there and learn more about the club. Please do, and we would look forward to welcoming you. Now, I am going to switch gears. I'm going to put Britta on. You guys are going to absolutely love this podcast. And when I'm done, I will hop back on here and close it up. Enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. If the lighting is weird, please forgive me. It's the weirdest weather outside, and it's gloomy, and then it's really bright again, and then it's gloomy again, it's snowing and raining. And so I did my best. And I'm also trying a new camera right now. So I have to remember to really look at that camera and not at the camera on my computer. So I want to share something with you that came up. And a couple of days ago, I was just looking through my computer and I was looking at the downloads and everything that's on there. And I came across this video. And it was a video from one of my first speeches. I think must have been 10, 12, 13 years ago. I don't remember. And it was the first speech that was to a larger crowd. And I think there were about 300 people in the room. And I will never, ever, ever forget that speech because two really interesting things happened. So one thing is that about halfway through my speech, I noticed this guy in the front row. And he was kind of, shoving around on his seat, and I could clearly see that he had something that he needed to share. And I had just talked about the 3 circles of energy. And I'm not going to go like deep into this right now. But the 3 circles of energy talk about the way we are present with our audience. Where the first circle is where you turn inward and you're very, very private. So your voice is really calm. You have a hard time making eye contact. So in a way, everything that you say is to yourself. It would be something like, oh, hi, my name is Britta. I'm a visibility expert and a voice and speech coach, and I really love what I do. So you can hear that my voice doesn't really reach out. So I was talking about the first circle of energy, and then I moved into the 3rd circle of energy, which is when we are overly present. So when I'm in 3rd circle energy, I just send, but I have a hard time receiving. So my voice is super loud. I maybe puff my body up. And I'm speaking at my audience, but I'm not really speaking to my audience. So oftentimes people who are in 3rd circle have a hard time listening. They have a hard time receiving. So this would be 3rd circle energy. I'm just speaking and I'm Britta and this is really cool what I do and I love what I do and da-da-da-da-da-da. But I don't really connect to my audience. And then I was mentioning 2nd circle energy, which is the circle of complete equality. Whereas in 1st circle, I make myself smaller. And in 3rd circle energy, I put myself above the audience. I make myself better. In 2nd circle energy, I am, in a way, how do I say this? I'm in the trenches with my audience. We are one. So I make eye contact, my voice adjusts, and I'm creating that connection with the audience. So during that speech, and I'm going to go deeper into the 3 circles next week. But what I want to share with you is that as I was sharing those 3 circles of energy, this guy starts to kind of shove on his seat and I could really see there was something going on. So I said, so what's going on? Tell me. Because I always respond to the room. I don't try to control. And he said, well, you know what? Like the way you present yourself, this is totally 3rd circle energy. Don't tell me you speak like this. And he was like going, don't tell me you speak like this. When you're like talking to your friends in a pub. And you could kind of hear like a needle drop. And the rest of the audience was like a mixture between, oh my God, and let's see what is she gonna do now. So I breathed. This is always the first thing, just breathe. And again, I don't try to control the room. I always try to respond. That's why whenever things like this happen, it just doesn't throw me off. So I breathed, I smiled, and I said, you know what? You're totally right. I don't talk like this when I'm speaking with my friends because speaking always depends on the situation that we're in. This is what speaking is all about. So speaking always depends on the situation that I'm in. So right now, I'm filling a room with 300 people. When I'm in a bar with my 2 or 3 or 4 friends, I don't have to fill the entire space. So my energy is very, very different. And then I moved on. So the reason, and then I also said, I would love to discuss this afterwards. So the reason why this didn't throw me off is because I oftentimes hear what speakers struggle with is, I don't know how to control the room. And I always say, you don't need to control the room. What you need to do is you need to be able to respond to the room. Because if you try to control the room, then things need to go according to plan. And whenever something happens that doesn't go according to plan, this is going to throw me off. And you hold our breath, and then we pull the voices up, and then we might lose our train of thought. But if I respond, then I can take whatever is happening and I can make it my own. This is like improv theater. You know, I get the impulse and then I take it and I make something with it. I do something with it and something new emerges. So whatever happens, don't move into a speech trying to control the room. Simply respond to what is happening. So that's one thing. So he hated it. He needed to get it off his chest. I responded and we were all good. The second thing that happened was the complete opposite. So when I was done speaking, there was a networking event afterwards. So this guy approached me, and I remembered him from the speech, and he was also sitting there going, like arms crossed, and I couldn't really read him. So he approaches me, and he's not, Burkhard is his name, so he's not a small talk guy, I found out afterwards. So he said, "Hi, my name is Burkhard, and I'm the CEO of this and this company. I loved your speech. Will you come and train my company?" And he didn't say, "Will you come and train my team?" He said, "Will you come and train my company?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." So over the course of the next 3 years, I kept going into his company, and I trained his entire company in my training in Talk Like TED. So we changed the way his company does presentations. And it made me, over the course of these 3 years and the trainings that I kept doing, over 60,000 euros. And that, my friends, is the power of speaking. So if I hadn't said yes to the speaking gig, he wouldn't have seen me. I wouldn't have been able to speak myself into his orbit, and I wouldn't have made the money. So it was like a win-win-win situation. So I got paid to do the gig. I made money from what came afterwards. And he was able to really make his team and his company stand out when they were giving presentations. So this is why speaking is so incredibly important, because you will be able to speak yourself into existence. Someone will hear you, and then they will book you. If we don't speak, if we don't become visible, people just don't know you exist. The other thing is that one guy hated it, and probably other people as well. And one guy and many other people as well loved it. So we can never, ever please everyone. Attract, repel, attract, repel. That's how it works. And I think in really feeling and understanding that we can never please everyone, there's a tremendous freedom. And this freedom allows us to really unapologetically express our brilliance. We can never please everyone. We can never control the room. We can move in, we can be ourselves, we can work on the speaking, we can share what we know, we can have fun, respond, attract, repel, and then make something of this. So this I wanted to share with you. So first of all, when you give a speech live, or like I do right now, Facebook Live or IGTV, or you do your own intimate event, don't try to control things, respond to what is happening. It is so much fun. Also, you can never ever please everyone. And there's such a freedom in that. You can basically do whatever you want. So go and play with that. If you haven't done so, download your freebie, how and where to book speaking gigs in 2021. And also let me know what you think about this in the comments. What was your best speaking gig? What was your worst speaking gig? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you loathe it? I really want to know. So the light is changing again. It's so crazy. So there's been snow this morning, and now there's just blue skies. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I am going to speak to you real soon. Bye for now.
That's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And again, if you are interested in joining the Live Bold and Bloom Women's Speaker Club, click the link down in the show notes. That'll take you over there, and you can learn more about it. And if you want to join us, again, the cart is open to new members May 12th through the 17th. We close the doors on the 17th, and we open only a couple times or a few times a year. So if you are ready to start your speaking business, ladies, hop on over and join us. The other thing I wanted to bring up real quick, and I don't think I did that one today, is that if you need some tips, resources, connections, you can hop over to our Grow Your Speaking Biz Facebook group. It is free. A good way to get there is just go to Speaking Biz Community, SpeakingBiz, B-I-Z community.com. We'll get you over there as well. It's a fantastic group of speakers. I could talk about them all day long, but hop over there. You will be so happy you joined us. Trust me, you will not be disappointed.
And that is speakingbiz.com. We'll get you over to our Facebook group. So in saying that, that is it for today's podcast. And if you loved the podcast today, please share it with your friends, your colleagues, and leave me a review. It only takes a couple minutes, and that would really help me out. So that is it. Have a fabulous day. Take care.